Welcome to the heart of the eternal city, Vatican City. A sanctuary where faith, history, and the world's greatest artistry meet. Stepping into the square, Bernini's iconic colonnade embraces visitors from around the globe, framing the monumental facade. Every angle here frames a masterpiece, teasing the eye with glimpses of Michelangelo's crowning dome. Here, even the water is architecture, dancing in harmony with the stone embrace of the square. Standing as a silent witness to the ages, this ancient monolith bridges the shadows of antiquity with the light of eternal faith. Christ conquers, Christ reigns. Victory, etched forever in stone. The destination of millions. The great St. Peter's Basilica. Enclosing the square, Bernini's grand colonnade stands, like the welcoming arms of the church. An infinite forest of stone, reaching toward the heavens. Walking through Bernini's colonnade, where history echoes between every pillar. Where symmetry meets grand design, capturing the soul of Rome. A roof of stone, framing the Roman sky. High above, Michelangelo's dome scales the sky, a masterpiece anchoring heaven and earth. Tick by tick, history stands still on the ancient clocks of St. Peter's Basilica. A grand line of stone, carved with timeless devotion. At the entrance, the monumental sculpture of St. Peter dominates the square with its classical grandeur. In the heart of the square, the Angel's Unawares monument stands as a powerful reminder of shared humanity. Carving the stories of those who crossed oceans in search of hope. Rising above the square, Bernini's saints watch over millions of pilgrims. Guarding the centuries of sacred history, the Swiss Guard stands as a timeless symbol of devotion and honor. Across the monumental square, a gathering of eager souls moves forward in anticipation. Ready to cross the threshold into the heart of St. Peter's Basilica. Inside, the scale shifts from the monumental to the divine, as heavenly light pierces the darkness, illuminating centuries of sacred beauty. Descending into greatness, where Bernini's masterpiece commands the heart of the basilica. Beneath our feet, the marble floor marks the dimensions of the world's grandest cathedrals, proving that every step here unfolds inside the largest sanctuary on earth. Rising nearly 30 meters high, Bernini's masterwork dominates the sanctuary, its twisted bronze columns uniting the earth below with the heavenly dome above. Where Baroque gold meets the heavens, crowned with angels that guard the sacred center of the faith. Hovering beneath Michelangelo's towering dome, the Holy Spirit emerges from a sea of golden rays, casting a timeless blessing over the altar below. Glory awaits at the apse, where Bernini's golden throne of St. Peter bursts into light, illuminating the sanctuary with a brilliant celestial glow. Before the eyes of the world, Michelangelo's Pieta commands a breathless silence, carving eternal sorrow and divine grace into a single block of marble. Every line, every fold of stone, captures a mother's love that transcends time itself. Looking up, the smaller domes spin like celestial vaults, adorned with masterpieces that bypass the passage of time. While below, the sheer scale of the nave humbles the soul, making every visitor seem tiny in this mountain of stone. And at the apex, Michelangelo's legendary dome crowns the basilica, a triumph of human genius touching the infinite. New vistas of devotion unfold, where masterpieces emerge from the stone, guiding our gaze into a sky of gold. Silent guardians carved in stone bring theatrical drama to life. Frozen in eternal adoration. Captured in an eternal moment, the bronze figure of St. Peter seems to breathe, as slow rotation reveals the sculpted form of timeless faith. Pope Pius VIII kneels in prayer before Christ, flowered by Saints Peter and Paul. Approaching the sacred altars, the genius of Domenichino emerges from the shadows. Capturing the final, profound moments of Saint Jerome, frozen in a timeless mosaic of faith. As we move deeper through the sacred spaces, every corner reveals monuments carved with timeless emotion. Leading to magnificent altars that tell powerful stories of truth, faith, and divine justice. Where the dramatic masterpieces of the Baroque era are preserved forever in eternal light. Walking through these sacred spaces, you realize this is a living sanctuary where centuries of history continuously breathe. Rising in quiet devotion, the statue of Saint Giuliana Falconieri captures the profound solemnity that echoes through the sacred chapels of the basilica. Nearby, Pierre Sublera's masterpiece, the Mass of Saint Basil, captures a moment of overwhelming divine power. Recreated in millions of brilliant mosaic stones that preserve this sacred drama for eternity. Descending from the golden mosaics of the Gregorian chapel, we encounter the legacy of Gregory XVI, a monk who rose to the throne of Peter. And in a rare moment of stone brought to life, Leo XII stands forever in prayer, offering his eternal blessing to the city and the world. Every inch of St. Peter's is layered with meaning, where even the intricate marble beneath our feet reflects the geometric harmony of the cosmos. Unveiling monumental tombs where legendary popes rest, guarded forever by the timeless virtues of strength and generosity. Moving forward, we stand before what is widely considered Raphael's ultimate masterpiece, capturing a moment that bridges two different worlds. Where the chaotic, emotional struggles of the earthly realm begin to lift. Revealing the divine, blinding light of Christ, suspended in eternal peace between heaven and earth. Sculpted in the twilight of his life at 80 years old, Gian Lorenzo Bernini's monument for Pope Alexander VII stands as a theatrical triumph of faith. This spectacular composition transforms the sacred space into a grand stage, contrasting the deep tones of colored marble with the serene, pure white figures frozen in eternal devotion. This impressive marble relief, created by Alessandro Algardi, depicts Pope Leo the Great confronting Attila the Hun in a historic encounter that has been remembered as the moment Rome was saved. Above the scene, Saints Peter and Paul appear in the sky, symbolizing divine protection and reinforcing the spiritual authority of the Pope. As we follow the footsteps of millions who came before us, we emerge from the sacred shadows back into the light. Leaving the Grand Basilica behind, we step into the open embrace of St. Peter's Square, a place where art, history, and faith unite under the Roman sky, leaving an eternal impression on the soul.